What's going on, everybody? This is Mason. You're tuning into the YouTube channel Watch Such Pop. Guys, hope you're having a fantastic day, fantastic week. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Guys, today we are going to be talking about pops that you should buy now rather than later because potentially they could get expensive. And now this is speculation on my part and a lot of what you guys said over on Instagram. I did a poll over on Instagram and asked you guys what were some pops that you thought were going to be going up in price in the near future or even, beyond that. So without any further ado, guys, let's get into it. Okay, so this first one, guys, that I want to talk to you about today is one that I suggest that you guys want to pick up is Wong from Doctor Strange. And now I believe that there's only one pop of this guy, and he was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I want to say in 2018, I believe. I'm trying to remember what other pops came out that year. Like the King and Kodos 2-pack from The Simpsons, I think was that same year. So yes, 2018. And so the reason I'm saying this, guys, is because Wong was featured in the trailer for Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. I think like at the very end or something, he's doing like a fight or a cage match against like Abomination. I think that's what Kevin Feige, the guy that's the head of Marvel Studios, confirmed that it was Wong versus Abomination. Wong might have a potential role in Shang-Chi. Obviously, he'll be in other movies like Doctor Strange here, Multiverse of Madness, I would imagine. Maybe even the new Spider-Man with Doctor Strange making an appearance in that. But with there being only one pop of him, I would have to imagine that he is going to get at least a little bit pricey, considering you could only get it at San Diego Comic-Con, or I think it might have been shared with Walgreens. I want to say it's available for around like $20 to $30 right now, so that is pretty cheap. I mean, that's only double retail, but I could imagine this going probably up to like 60 or 70. I mean, I know that he's not a super huge character, I mean, but he is, in the parts that he is, a lot of people do like Wong and the actor that plays him and everything. So depending on what his role is in this new movie with Shang-Chi, I would definitely suggest picking that pop-up sooner rather than later because people will be thinking about him again and be like, is there any pops of him? And I believe that there's only just that one. So anyways, guys, that is a good suggestion for you, Wong from Doctor Strange. All right, this one is coming from a suggestion that is over on Instagram. This is from Zuko Bending, and he says, MLB Dodgers pops and the Shohei Ohtani 2-pack. And now Dodgers definitely make sense because, I mean, they won the World Series last year, and a lot of those pops, like maybe like Clayton Kershaw, and those ones I've definitely seen that have gone up in price. They've gotten a little bit pricey. Do I see them going up even more? I'm not sure. But be on the lookout for those other players, like I think Cody Bellinger made one. That they have a pop of Cody Bellinger. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else, but any Dodgers pops I would definitely keep an eye out for. But yeah, Shohei Ohtani was one that I actually picked up the other day, which is this guy right here. I got it from End Zone for retail. I don't know how accurate this is on the Funko app, but I think the Funko app says it's like between 50 and 60 bucks, which I don't think is 100% entirely true, but could it go out to that? Absolutely. There are two different versions of this guy. There's the common one with the white jersey, and there's also the Fanatics exclusive. But yeah, Shohei Ohtani is definitely a good one because, he is definitely having an MVP type season. He's one of those players that is just come out and just absolutely dominated. I mean, he pitches and he hits. That's why with the 2-pack it kind of shows both. But anyways, guys, that's one you want to keep your eye out for. Any other MLB players that are, trending in the news, whether they were just recently traded or something to a new team, people like to pick up the pop before maybe they get a new one possibly. Like Anthony Rizzo is a good example of that. I don't know if Joey Gallo has one, but he was traded as well. Anyways, kind of keep your eye out on MLB stuff, and with trades and people that are upcoming and playing really good, their pops should go up in value. That would be my guess. All right, this one is a suggestion from Elite Funkos on Instagram. He said, the Giannis Antetokounmpo pops because he just won the championship. That definitely makes sense. And, that's why when I found it the other day, this is one that I definitely want to pick up. There is a Giannis pop that is pretty expensive. I want to say it's in the upper like hundreds, like maybe like 150, I would say. But yeah, some of these other ones, guys, like this one that came out, I want to say this was this one was in 2020. There might even be one that's a little bit older than this, but yeah, definitely be on the lookout for the other Giannis pops because, they're going to be a little bit more obtainable if they're a little bit cheaper. But eventually, I don't think the supply is going to meet the demand if people are looking for this pop because, he was the finals MVP and everything like that. Once people get a hold of these pops, they're going to go up in price because there's not going to be more of them in stores to buy. But anyways, guys, this was definitely another good sports example, obviously, because he won the championship. Definitely did it in a really cool way, stuck with his home team and everything. And Giannis just has a good story, and I like Giannis. I wanted to pick up his pop for sure. I'm a big NBA fan, but that kind of all relates to that, guy. So So if there's a pop of something, you know, an event in sports, win a championship, look out for their pop. If there's one that's a little bit cheaper, definitely get that one. And then who knows, over time, the supply is definitely going to go down, and that would make sense that this could potentially go up in price. So I found it at retail. I'm sure that you guys can find it at retail at other places as well, but that's my other suggestion. Giannis and maybe other NBA kind of related, that kind of thing. All right, this one's a pretty obvious one. This was a suggestion. A couple people actually suggested this, so let me find it real quick. Yeah, so we have Val's Pops and Infinite Collector. They said any Hawkeye pop because of his show releasing sometime this year. So I actually did see a teaser image of the new Hawkeye show. I think it's coming out in November, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that'll be over on Disney Plus. And there's not a ton of Hawkeye pops out there. I want to say there's one for like Avengers, like Endgame, obviously. There's one where he's like dressed up as Ronin. There might even be one from Infinity War as well. I can't remember right now. And I know that there is a Hawkeye pop for Civil War and also Age of Ultron. I'm trying to remember. All the Avengers movies, for the most part, have a Hawkeye pop, except the one that I'm thinking of right now, except for the one with just the original Avengers movie, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, guys, most of those Hawkeye pops are pretty cheap. I would imagine that they're making some for the show coming up here pretty soon. And so I would be on the lookout for any Hawkeye pops that you can get. Who knows which ones will go up in price, but you never know. It kind of had that same effect when Loki came out, WandaVision. All those pops ended up going up in price with like the Scarlet Witch and with Loki. So would it have the same effect? I would like to think so, but you never know. So definitely, if you have the chance to pick up Hawkeye pops at retail or close to it, if you can, because of that new show coming out, they could be going up in price. Okay, so we got a couple more on this list. So somebody did suggest that be on the lookout for old Nickelodeon pops. I'm trying to find the comment here. It was this guy right here, Todd Cass Bin. I don't know. You guys can see that right there. Anyways, he said, Our Real Monsters and Wild Thornberrys both in the new Nickelodeon Smash Bros. Game. So I think there's like a new Nickelodeon game. Actually, I know there's a new Nickelodeon game. I just can't remember what it's called. It's like Nicktoon All-Star Brawl or something. And it's Nickelodeon's version of like a Super Smash Brothers game. Whether or not this has an effect on some of those older Nickelodeon pops going up in price, who knows? But some that I did notice that were on that game at least. And I even took a screenshot of the list of like characters that are on that game. Who knows that it will be very popular. A lot of people were pretty excited about it. It might be one of those kind of flop crossover kind of games, but who knows? So there's like Helga from Hey Arnold, Danny Phantom. There's a bunch of SpongeBob characters, Invader Zim. There's also like Our Real Monsters is in that. There's Oblina. There's also Nigel from the Wild Thornberrys. So I would imagine that they're probably going to be announcing a ton more characters for this. If it's anything like Smash Bros, there's going to be like close to 100 characters or however many characters there are on that game. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. You know, I always like to suggest old cartoon pops are definitely ones you want to be on the lookout for, because I just don't think they made a ton of them back in the day, especially not as many as they made nowadays. I think they mass produce pops a lot more, you know, in this current day and age. And so whether or not, you know, this new game has a correlation with the pops going up in price, I don't know, but some of these, you know, are starting to get a little bit older, a little bit harder to find, and if you can find them for retail and you're a Nickelodeon fan, I would definitely suggest getting some of those pops. All right, and then the last one that I want to suggest to you guys is Suicide Squad. So somebody over on Instagram by the name of collecting_central, they said Suicide Squad. With the new movie coming out, there is no way the old vaulted pops won't go up, which I can agree to some extent. The ones that I can kind of think of are some of maybe the harder to find exclusive pops, but I would like to think that the pops that, if they did go up in price from the old Suicide Squad movie, would be Harley Quinn, because she's in this new movie, and maybe even Rick Flag. Maybe some of the Joker ones. I don't think Joker's in the new movie, but Harley Quinn for sure would be one to look out for. There's always a bunch of different, I think there was a couple of different exclusives for her in the older Suicide Squad movie, so whether or not those go up in price, there could be a chance that they do. I want to say that was Harley Quinn, at least this actress's portrayal of Harley Quinn. That was her first movie as her in the older Suicide Squad movie. And so maybe that had, you know, that could have an effect on these other pops going up in price. Who knows? There's also Rick Flag that's also in this, I think it's Flag, right? Hopefully I'm saying that right, but he's in the new movie as well. So whether or not, you know, that has a correlation of that one going up in price as well, I'll just kind of keep an eye out maybe for those two characters, possibly some of the other exclusives from the old Suicide Squad movie. who knows, but I figured that was definitely a worthwhile suggestion. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for this video of us talking about pops that you should buy now rather than later because, well, they could potentially go up in price. And you know, I always like to base this on things, whether it be like new movies, TV shows, and your guys' suggestions, and we're kind of putting ideas together. So if you ever have an idea, let me know over on Instagram or in the comment section below. What are some pops that you think are gonna be going up in price and they could be featured on the next video? But guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one. I'm getting really excited for FunCon coming up here very, very soon. I will be going to Hollywood, so there's gonna be a lot of cool videos pertaining to that. So get excited for that, guys. But anyways, like always, remember to be kind to one another and always promote positivity, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.